What's up everybody, Nate here from Out of the Basement, bringing you a brand new action figure review. Today from Star Wars The Black Series, we are taking a look at Darth MALAK. He is the main antagonist of the classic Star Wars game, Knights of the Old Republic, and hey, we're finally getting another KOTOR figure. Once every blue moon, Hasbro does decide to give us some KOTOR goodies, and with this figure we are also getting a Bastila Shan. I don't have her just yet, she is on the way though from Big Bad Toy Store, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you can check out that review when I post it as well. So yeah, here we are, another plastic-free packaging experience here, something that is going to be going away very shortly. So we can take a quick look at the box here. We do have a nice shot of MALAK on the front of the actual packaging. The mural art also is very nicely detailed. And here's the back of the figure. It is the 20th in the Gaming Greats line, and you can see the bio and another shot of a render of the figure itself. We also have the side panel that shows you how tall the figure is and what is included in the packaging. This I will actually miss once we switch back to the normal Galaxy packaging. And we also have the barcode on the bottom. So let's not waste a whole lot of time here. Let's jump into the one accessory this figure is included with, and that is his lightsaber. All right, and here we are up close and personal with the lightsaber, and it turned out really nice this time around. It's definitely a little different than the classic saber, but as far as my understanding goes, this is technically based off of the permanently delayed remake that was supposed to come out at some point. So that's why things, I think, look just a little different, but it is still familiar enough. I mean, you look at this and you know it's Malak's saber. It has all the familiar characteristics, and this time around it has some different shades of gray on the hilt itself, and we have that nice thick juicy red lightsaber blade that is also removable just like that. And MALAK does have some pretty sweet lightsaber storage on his back there, and the saber just fits right through. Alright, and here is MALAK out of the packaging, looking absolutely fantastic. Hasbro killed it this time around. Same as the lightsaber, you know, the costume is slightly different from classic KOTOR, but it is close enough and is just kind of like a nice little tweaked, updated version of the character. It still looks classic enough to me, and is still a great representation of the actual character. So yeah, this is really awesome to finally have another KOTOR character for the shelf. So let's just jump into the details here. We've got quite a bit to go over as this is a brand new figure. So let's take a closer look at that wonderful head sculpt. All right, and this has to be one of the best head sculpts we've seen in a long time in the line here. This just perfectly captures MALAK. They did a really great job with the different paint app details, especially for the head tattoo, and all of the scarring around his face looks really nice. And we do actually have a feature with this figure. The mouth guard here is actually 2 removable pieces. So if you wanted to, you could take it off and see all of this really gnarly detailing underneath here. And you could see pretty bad QC issue actually on mine. Too much paint on the little voice box piece there, but what a really nice looking grotesque head sculpt here. And taking a look around the side here, really nice ear sculpting and even some silver paint on the back of the head. Really nice stuff here. Really like the way this turned out. And the pieces fit right back in. You just plug it into the back of the head and it fits right back on. Pretty easy stuff, which was something I was actually a little worried about, just because usually these things can be finicky as hell. So yeah, that is an absolutely great head sculpt there. And we even have some more details to look at too. This collar piece here, which does get in the way slightly, has some really nice silver detailing and some red paint there on the middle there. And even the rubber overlay piece here, this is actually painted red. You can see that the base color matches more along with the figure. So the chest piece is supposed to be like a bright red like that. Moving down to the waist here, we do have some more paint for the belt here, and again, really nice sculpted detailing throughout here. The shirt and on the back here, everything looks really nice. I like this texturing on the arms as well. And we do also have a soft goods cape here, which does work pretty well. You know, it just kind of sits there, does its job, It doesn't look too poofy, and you can easily get it out of the way, and it works pretty well. And I always like when we get a little bit of soft goods with the figure. So yeah, checking out the legs, really no paint apps or anything going on, but just some newly sculpted things here. They look great, single jointed, and have that kind of flap design to hide the joint if you have them in a neutral stance. And then the boots are just black plastic as well, but they look really nice. And overall, I think this just has some really great details. Especially for a standard release, it does have more paint than usual. And again, I think that head sculpt is one of the best we have seen in the line in recent memory. I think they absolutely nailed the look of Darth Malak. So let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation. All right, so for the head, he can look up just a little bit, and he can look down also just a little bit. It is kind of limited just due to the bulky design here, but it can look all the way around, 360 movement. It is the double neck peg, but still is just inhibited due to the design, but that's okay. I mean, it's not like Malak ever goes like super dynamic posing, so I still think you can get all of the poses you'd want out of the head, you know, just with a little bit of camera work and the articulation we have there. So could it be better? Probably, but you know, it's still pretty decent if you ask me. The shoulders can move all the way out here. They have full rotation, and Malak does have butterfly joints as well, even though they are a little bit inhibited here. I don't think it's actually inhibited by the soft goods overlay, but rather just the sculpt in general. It doesn't really lend a lot of movement there, so they do work, but ever so slightly. And for the arm here, we have a single elbow that gives you way more than 90 degrees. Really great stuff there. And it also has a swivel. And then we have the hands here, which both rotate around. They are gripping hands, and they have vertical hinges, but due to this collar here, it is definitely limited. So that is mildly disappointing there, because it is kind of tricky to get that full range of motion out of it. And it's the same deal for this hand as well, just, you know, inhibited by the sculpt, unfortunately. So some of your lightsaber poses will definitely be limited. Now, as far as the ab crunch is concerned, we do actually get something a little bit different and unique that we haven't really seen too many times in the Black Series, but we do have articulation at the top of the chest here. So Malak can go forward just a little bit, can go back just a little bit. You know, you do have your rotation and pivot there. And then we do also have another one at the waist as well, which can go forward just a little bit. I would say Malak probably has the best ab crunch of any recent Black Series figure as well, even though that's really not that much. But for Black Series, that's quite a bit, so that's pretty neat. And of course, it rotates around, you know, you get your side to side and all that good stuff. So that's actually pretty cool that we got some different articulation here. I would love to see more of this in the Black Series. I think ab crunch is one thing that they really need to work on. And for the legs here, they can kick all the way out. You do kind of have to force the soft plastic skirt up, but you can still get that full range of motion there. He can also do the splits pretty well. We get virtually no kickback here, but we do have a thigh swivel and a single knee here that can go a little bit past 90 and does rotate as well. And then the feet can move all the way down. They can go up just a little bit, and he does have ankle pivot. So for the most part, pretty standard stuff for a Black Series figure, but Malak is kind of a mixed bag when it comes to articulation. Some of it works really well, and other parts not so much. I do like that we have the two cuts giving us a little bit more ab crunch than normal, but like I was saying, the sculpted cuffs around the hands definitely limit those up and down hinges, so it does make some posing kind of tricky. However, with that being said, really, you just need to have Malak standing there, and he just looks absolutely badass and imposing. And just wait till you see the size of Malak in these comparisons here. So as it says on the side of the packaging here, Malak is 6.5 inches, which is pretty much bigger than most standard Black Series figures. And as you can see, starting out here with both of the Black Series Revans, that Malak just absolutely towers over them. And while he's still not as tall as Zalbar, Malak does give The Empire Strikes Back Vader a run for his money. So I really like that they actually went the extra mile and made Malak big and imposing like he is supposed to be. Editing Nate here, I totally forgot about this comparison. Here's Malak with my head swapped Nihilus onto a Kylo Ren body. And so with all of that in mind, I would have to say that Darth Malak here is an absolute must own for any Black Series collector. Even if you aren't a fan of KOTOR, you can't deny that Darth Malak is one of the most badass designs in Star Wars. And who doesn't want more Sith and Jedi for the shelf, no matter what era they are from? And if you're like me and you're a fan of the classic game, this is still a great representation of the character for your shelf. And I can't wait to have Bastila in my hands as well. I think these two are going to pair nicely. So there you have it. That was my review of Darth Malak. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. Big shout out and special thank you to all of our channel members. Your continued support is truly appreciated. And thank you to everyone else out there from watching. I'm Nate from Out of the Basement, and I will see you next time.